second finalist, Kevin Powers, The Yellow Birds, Little Brown and Company.
Hi there. Can y'all hear me all right? I'm just going to read a short passage where my narrator, John Bartle, is home from Iraq. He leaves his mother's house, and he's trying to make sense of the loss of someone who's very important to him. I sat down there a while until the sun was straight above me, the light fell down in wide columns, and sweat ran down between my shoulder blades. I decided then to walk the tracks toward the city. It wasn't so much a decision as it was a product of trying to turn off my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about Murph. I drifted and followed the guidance of the tops of my boots, and I tried not to think. When I got back up to the porch, I wiped the sweat from my forehead, opened the sliding door, put a few things in my duffel bag, and left. I hadn't known what I was doing then, but my memories of Murph were a kind of misguided archaeology. Sifting through the remains of what I remembered about him was a denial of the fact that a hole was really all that was left. In absence, I had attempted to reverse, but found that I could not. There was simply not enough material to account for what had been removed. The closer I got to reconstructing him in my mind, the more the picture I was trying to recreate receded. For every memory I was able to pull up, another seemed to fall away forever. There was some proportion about it all, though. It was like trying to put a puzzle together from behind. The shapes familiar, the picture quickly fading, the muted tan of the cardboard backing a tease at wholeness and completion. I'd think of a time when we sat in the evening in the guard tower, watching the war go by in streaks of red and green and other briefer lights. And he'd tell me of an afternoon in the little hillside apple orchard that his mother worked, the turn and flash of a paring knife along a wrap of gauze as they grafted uppers to rootstocks, new branches to blossom. Or the time he saw but could not explain his awe when his father brought a dozen caged canaries home from the mine and let them loose in the hollow where they lived. How the canaries only flitted and sang a while before perching back atop their cages, which had been arranged in rows, his father likely thinking that the birds would not return by choice to their captivity, and that the cages should be used for something else, a pretty bed for vegetables, perhaps a place to string up candles between the trees. And in what strange silences the world worked, Murph must have wondered, as the birds settled peaceably in their formation and ceased to sing. And I'd try to recall things until nothing came, which I quickly found was my only certainty, until what was left of him was a sketch in shadow, a skeleton falling apart, and my friend Murph was no more friend to me than the strangest stranger. My missing him became a grave that could not be filled or leveled, just a faded blemish in a field, and a damn poor substitute for grief, as graves so often are. Thank you very much.